This is called the shongololo, that we should not neglect and miss. So I'm gonna be looking down. Oh, whoa, look. It's coming towards you guys. I literally just bent down to see this little skink, this little lizard running across. It has a lighter brown head and then it changes color to the back. Again, it has different colors to blend in with its environment. Oh my goodness. Here in the grasslands, in the savannah, and now that it's becoming a bit more drier, animals with this color, creatures with this color can really blend in because they also blend in with all of the falling leaves and the bark of the trees. So, ooh, look at that. He's watching my eyes and he's watching my face, and I can see his body just breathing. But I can tell you, if I put my hand down on these stones, on these bricks, it's so nice and warm. So that's a reptile, and reptiles, they need the heat to keep their body warm, which means their blood keeps flowing, which means they can keep moving. So that is an absolutely pristine place for that little lizard to hide. It's very lush, it's very warm. There's a lot of insects down there, and that's just perfect. Hey, come. Oh, ooh. Look at that. I think that's another one from the book. Do you guys see the bird? Is he in? Whoa, we got it. Number 47, look. Number 47, the Cape Glossy Starling. I'm just gonna sit down and watch him, and let's see what it says about what it says. The Cape Glossy Starling. This large starling has glossy feathers and a small reddish shoulder patch. It feeds on insects and fruit. Starlings lay their eggs in a hole, often in a tree. I think it's very curious. Let's do this. So you can see he's walking around and looking for lots of little insects. There's so many birds here. Oh, he's coming closer. Let's just watch him for a minute. Oh, off he goes. That was so cool. Hey, guys, we've already found 2 of the 50 together. That's really cool, right? Come on, let's keep looking. I did hear a lot of hippos over here. Let's look over here. What tree is this? Ooh. So if you go further up in the reserve towards Zimbabwe, the next camp is actually called Mupani. We're in Letaba at the moment, and this is a Mupani tree. A very, very big Mupani tree. Let's have a look at the leaves. number 198 on the South African tree list. And look at this. In these trees, you also find an interesting type of worm. It's called a mupani worm. There's no mupani worms at the moment, but a lot of African cultures eat the mupani worms, and they use them as a staple diet to get protein. So these trees higher up into Africa specifically host the mupani worm at a certain time of year. And I have to tell you, I have seen people dry mupani worms. I've seen people eat raw mupani worms. I've seen a lot of people eat mupani worms in very, very interesting ways. But something that's really important to know and to notice is that already age-old cultures in Africa, age-old cultures have used and substituted their diet with local place-based proteins. It means that a long, long time ago, people didn't need to have animals such as domestic cattle or pigs or chickens or sheep or any of that. They knew that their bodies needed protein, and they knew that nature already had the answer. So the mupani tree, the mupani worms, what a beautiful, beautiful ancient gift, local wisdom Africa has to share with the world. I think it's so fascinating. Look at the circumference of this tree, guys. Again, another mupani tree. This is massive. Like, look at it. How can we even consider cutting that down? It would be such a shame. These palm trees, they also tell us a story of a long, long time ago, that probably even before this camp was built, right? That in some sort of way, people must have migrated through here. And I'm talking about hundreds of years ago, right? That these palm trees must have been planted here, where there maybe was a camp being set up by hunter-gatherers or people moving through the country. So these palm trees also tell us a lot about what has been here before. Also, if you look over to the back, this is so magnificent. The scale, the enormity of what we are finding here, this is when we really realize that nature is a force to reckon with. And not in a combative way, not in a competitive way, but in a very, very dynamic way, that nature has developed many interesting strategies to survive, to adapt, and to sustain life over a very long period of time. And I'm going to ask you this question. When you look at this tree, right? When you look at this tree, any of these trees, do you think it's possible that any human that you know has been able to grow older than one of these trees? There's something about their existence that we still need to learn about. Now, I don't know if you can see, but I just saw two more of the creatures inside our book. One right here. Oh, hang on. That's not from our book. Whoa. That is a very special bird, because that is a kingfisher. You can see the distinctive here orange, reddish orange beak and the blue on the tips of the wings. And in their habitat, they're close to water because they eat fish. Oh, that's really special. Well, and at the same time that I saw the kingfisher, I also saw a squirrel. But I'm gonna wait to see if we can see the squirrels together, because I don't want to just see them myself. I want you to see them with me. I hear a lot of sun beetles buzzing. Just quickly, as we're walking, look down to the ground. Now, you have to understand pause and just take a look. So if you think of the lizard that's well camouflaged, and if you think of the puff adder snake who has a similar color scheme and a similar pattern on its body, you need to also be aware while you're walking here in nature that you don't just trample over everything, and you don't just trample over the leaves or even the road. You need to be aware, because this is all part of a habitat where animals need to navigate themselves. Okay, come a little bit closer. There's an animal. If you look over my shoulder, look down there. I'm trying to see. Oh, guys, it's from the book. I cannot believe this. I haven't seen this before. Oh my goodness. It's a Steenbok. It's number 39. I'm just gonna come sit down very, very, very slowly. Maybe you can still hear me talking. And I'm slowly just scooting over right here. Look at the horns. Small, very sharp horns. This is definitely an adult Steenbok. Look on the side of the body, there's white spots and the bushy tail. Those are both indications to help you identify this beautiful, beautiful buck. So I'm gonna open, trying to see the belly. This is actually, when I look, it looks like the common duiker. They're very similar, the Steenbok and the duiker, but if I think about the environment that we're in now, this must be a common duiker, number 44. Let's see something about the duiker. Okay, the common duiker. This duiker has a crest of hair on its head. Let's see. So maybe you guys can help me. Have a look here. It looks very similar to the Steenbok, but it also looks very similar to the common duiker, because both of them have very, very sharp, short, pointy horns. But maybe there are some clues for us on the face, the markings on the face, the color of the fur, the size of the ears. Okay, let's continue reading about the duiker again. So the common duiker has a crest of hairs on its head. The male has horns with ring markings. Its main diet is plants, but it sometimes eats protein such as eggs or chicks that drops out of the nest. Gotta be kidding me. An antelope that eats meat? Nevertheless, they're really beautiful. There's so many things that can guide us to know whether this is a duiker or a Steenbok. But let's see, at the Steenbok is at number 39. Okay, so the Steenbok, this little buck has big eyes, a red coat. Ah, so this must be a duiker because he doesn't have a red coat. A wide belly and a short tail. Only males have horns. They produce a special substance from glands in front of their eyes, on their hooves, and at their throat, probably used to mark their territory. So, listening to that information and being very specific about the color, when I look at this guy, it really looks like it must be number 33, number 44, the common duiker. Oh, how exciting! We've already found 3 animals together. Oh, so cool. I do think you're facing the wrong way, because if you can see what I can see, you'll be so blown away. This beautiful body of water with a mountain in the background, all the trees. Oh, it almost looks like the water is making a circular whirlpool. It might be my imagination. That's really nice. Well, are you ready? Oh, I'm gonna ask this man. Sorry, do you know if this is a Steenbok of a duiker? What is that? Is it a common duiker?
No, it's not a duiker.
Not a duiker?
No.
So I have here in my book.
It's not a Steenbok. Steenbok's small.
It cannot be a klipspringer.
No.
It cannot be a Steenbok.
Might be in Nyala. I don't think so. I can't see very clearly. Has it got spots on it?
It has spots on
Bushbuck.
a small bushbuck?
Yeah, bushbuck. It's a male bushbuck. Here's the female over there. Just the other side of these rondavels.
Yeah?
There's 3 of them. They're not tame, but they're accustomed to people. They're just the other side of these rondavels. Those are the females. That's a male.
A male
Male
bushbuck.
bushbuck.
And
Steenbok is
small.
You won't
Yeah.
find them here. You find them in the open areas with 2 small little horns.
And this one's sharp horns?
No,
Look at-
the Steenbok's got 2 little horns.
Can
But this is a bushbuck.
it cannot be a small Nyala?
No, we don't get Nyala here.
Oh,
Nyala you get up north and
yeah.
further south as well. And they've got different horns and they've got like socks on their feet. You'll
And-
see it in Nyala as soon as you see it. But that, you see those spots on it?
Yeah.
It gives it away as a bushbuck.
Oh, wow.
And the horns.
Are they very common?
Yes.
They're very common.
Yes, they are quite common.
I don't have them on my list.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
I'm very surprised.
I thought it was a Steenbok
No,
or a duiker because
that's misleading that because the Steenbok stands that high.
it was the horns that gave it, and then I thought,
No.
because I know a duiker is very small.
They can be small, but the common
Yeah.
duiker is a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, there's not on here. That's really interesting.
I'm surprised they haven't got a bushbuck. Because they're not very common, but you'll see at a lot of camps like this. You'll see a few females in the camp itself.
Yeah. How do they get in though?
Oh, I suppose they just walk through the gate.
Okay.
Or else they just... I was here in September,
Yeah.
and those 3 were here, and that third one was a tiny little thing like that.
And it's
So
just
they
grown.
probably just growing. I mean, I haven't seen a male in here before, but I have seen a lot of the females.
Okay, well I'm gonna go see the females then.
I've just come through between those 2
Chalets.
rondavels there,
Okay.
and
Well-
they were just on the side of the road. I was standing from me to you or from
But it's those dots, right, that you're saying, and the bushy tail?
well, that's not really a very bushy tail, but yes, it's slightly, it's got more hairs than some of the buck. But
Okay.
the spots on it, you
Okay.
get a can't for the life of me think of the name of it now. Graceful.
Yeah?
That's also got spots, but very different to that. You'll see when you see the females, you'll see the spots stand out a lot.
Okay.
All right,
What is your name?
Peter.
So Peter and Peter. Thanks, Peter. I'm Nicolene. Thank you so much, Peter.
Enjoy.
Wow. So, when in doubt, just ask somebody with more knowledge and more expertise. So it was none of those. It's not even on our list. It was actually a bushbuck. So let's go see if we can find the females. It was quite misleading looking at the horns and the size of the body, but luckily Peter helped us out. Whoa. I don't know if you guys can see, but down there is a big hippo. Now, hippos are nocturnal. During the day, they'll just chill in the water and cool down, and at night, we'll probably see some hippo here during the night, and elephants. They'll come up and they'll graze during the night, and they'll be very active during the night, and during the day, especially in the hot sun, they will just lie down in the water, keep themselves cool, keep their bodies moisturized, and keep their bodies out of the sun, because they can actually get sunburned. So it's important for them to just be hidden from the sun during the day, especially the hot African sun. It can be very, very hot here. Hang on. Oh, another mupani.
Hi, it's Peter and Nicolene from Tamed and Untamed Studio.
As usual, if you enjoyed our content, give us a shout out so that we can create especially what you would like to see next.
And don't forget to leave a comment below.